Good evening, everyone. Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Welcome to the Monday update. Before I start, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you can, and of course, tick the little bell if you want to stay updated on all of our good stuff. Coming soon, we got Gravy Train coming very soon. We recorded our first video on it. It's coming extremely soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. So stay tuned on the Discord, stay tuned on the YouTube as well. We're very excited to see you guys have a play around with Gravy Train. So what is happening, everyone? Really nice to be back. Some good movements today with BTC, some dippy boys happening on a lot of these altcoins. You can see on the right hand side, bit of a sea of red. Not so much with BTC. We had a little bit of a movement down, a 6% move. You know, nothing out of the ordinary for Bitcoin really. But in any case, could we see some further movement to the downside? Look, I think so. I think it could be on the cards, at least 45k. We've got our level below us, of course, this level of demand just down here. We've retested once before at 43,900, basically 44,000. We had a short-term trend line broken today as well, which was in orange there. Of course, we are retesting that level now. So the real cup of tea for BTC is going to be buying it at some of these lower levels. So what I'm looking towards now is 45 and of course 44. If we do get down there, 39, but I think we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves currently. I think a movement down towards our 45 to 44 region is probably warranted after what we saw today. And I think we'll make a decision based on that and based around our respected candles at those levels, at around 45.5 and around that 44. The only thing that I can see in BTC's favor currently is the fact that we've respected the 50 RSI, that level of support and resistance. Of course, that it flips every now and again, depending on what direction the market is currently moving in. But we have respected that 50 in any case. If we are moving down to the 1 hour time frame, I know it's a little bit lower than I usually do look, but keeping this play-by-play, it's probably a little bit, safer to really have a look as low as the 1 hour. So we did break this trend line coming up towards 48, and now breaking through this, we could see this one or two things happen, to be honest. We're going to retest here and come down and test our 45k level of demand, or we're going to push back up through this trend line above it to really see if we're going to retest this liquidity just here, which in turn, not long ago made our higher high at around, where was that? At around 49,714. So look, it's anyone's guess at the moment. Really good price action and a good break at the trend line. So if I had to guess, if I had to give you my opinion, I think we'll see this level of demand in the immediate term. In the immediate term, I mean the next probably 12 to 24 hours, I think is a good play for this. One thing that I've been talking about in the Discord is the BTC Dominance chart. I really hope you all are taking advantage of the charts that I've been sharing in the community charts channel in the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, read the banner down below. You can find the link down below in the description, but it really pays to keep an eye on this chart in particular. Even if you're not following us on Discord, you really just need to have this on your radar. BTC Dominance, we had a level of demand really play out on this chart. So if I move it to the 12 hour, you can see the area that I drew it off. It isn't drawn on this time frame, it's drawn on the daily. So there it is, there just to the left hand side. We did get a push through it, of course, and sorry, not through it, but towards down it. And we have seen the 4 hour time frame come to fruition from this level of demand, which is pushing up towards our 50 and 61 fibs. Currently, we've closed below the 38. So if we do come down, I'd be looking for the 23.6 to really give us some support and possibly push us up back further towards that 50 fibs, but it remains to be seen. It could be that this is just another lower high, and we are continuing the downward spiral towards that 60.5% mark, on the dominance chart. But of course, we are keeping our options open. We haven't made a higher high in terms of our left-hand side liquidity there, but I would just keep on your toes. Just keep on your toes with the dominance chart, because it is going to give you nice little gems like when to get out your BTC pairs is probably one thing that I extrapolated from this chart last night when I shared it in the Discord. But anyway, Ethereum USD. Ethereum USD is one that we keep an eye on quite often. It is in very similar terms as BTC. Let me nip up that chart there, swing low to high that we're looking for with ETH. We were held on the 50 fibs. We were closed above the 38. Now we're heading towards that 23.6. Funny how Fibonacci works. Swing low to high, looking for that 38, 50, 61 bounce. We got our bounce off the 38 and the 50, of course, for ETH, and now we are heading back up to the 23.6. Very easy to follow with our Fibonacci retraces there. So movement down, and of course we are expecting movements up now to the 23.6. Nothing much is really going to happen. I should rephrase that. Nothing much more I'm looking at for Ethereum is what I should have said. Looking at the 23.6, that could give us a resistance hit on our 50 RSI there. So it remains to be seen. We need to break above this 23.6 to continue the trend upwards. This is really going to be the crucial time for a lot of these alts that are pulling the same stuff. If we're looking at LTC, a little bit better on the trend line, faring than BTC. If I draw our Fibonacci from swing low to high, very similar outcomes here. Swing low to high gives us that 38, 50, 61 pullback. Touch the 50, close above the 38, exactly the same as Ethereum. And of course, we did close above that trend line as well. And we are now heading towards that 23.6. Like I said on ETH, if we are going to continue the trend to the upside, we need to break above this 23.6 in the immediate term. And the immediate term being the next probably 12 hours to 24 hours, I think, is probably the best way to observe this over the next day or so. ADA USD in a different boat, where we did have more of a selling pressure on ADA from the high point at 98 cents. But of course, we did break and close, not break and close, but we did touch and close above our level of demand there, which is around that 70 cent mark. I did have orders set for ADA USDT. So a nice bounce off that level of demand. Very easy to spot as well with the consolidation to the left-hand side, that liquidity pointing towards that left-hand corner. And of course, we had our 78.6 on the Fibonacci to validate that zone was or did exist at that point, or still does exist, should I say. We are closing above the 38.2 as we are seeing on ETH and LTC as well, and heading towards that 23.6 for a further retest of the upper levels of our fibs. Last one I have a look at this evening is XRP, a nice quick short and sharp update for tonight. Exactly the same boat as we see ADA in, but a little bit more of a tear through that level of demand. We did draw in that level to the left hand side. We'd have a retest to validate that zone was in existence at that point, and we've got, of course, our second and third retest of that level now. We are heading back up towards that 23.6. Again, if you're not using fibs, use the fibs. If you're not using supply and demand, you can always learn how to use it on our website down below, unitytradinggroup.com. Of course, we teach all of this for free. Everything is for free. You can jump on our website and learn how to draw these supply and demands in just like I do. I trade with this every single day. But the last one I have a look at is the DXY. The DXY being a regulated market. This is not financial advice, just ideas and opinions of UTG. We are seeing a bottom now. Of course, let me draw in our most relevant level of demand there, which sits very nicely on the 90.26 area, which we are seeing be respected for the last little bit. It really comes down to how we react now. So with levels of supply and demand, why I say it's how we react now is because if we have two levels quite close to each other, usually the higher quality level prevails. The higher quality level in this instance is the bottom one, where we have a nice retest to the right-hand side of where it was formed. It was formed on a better pivot point than this one. being more substantial, the movement was out of that level. So that level down below is the highest quality. So if we are to see this momentum continue, I would expect the price to get down to 90.04 for the DXY. So we might fluff around for a little bit though. That remains to be seen. If we might, in terms of fluffing around, I mean, we might have another bounce towards our 23.6 to really give us another rejection to push us further down for the DXY. But I'm looking more towards that bottom level at 90.04. But that really concludes our update for this Monday evening. Thank you all for joining us. To all the new faces in the Discord, to all the new faces in our YouTube, or all the new faces watching us on YouTube, welcome to UTG. You can find all of our links down below, and we can continue the conversation within Discord. I'm Ads from UTG again. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.